All right, everybody. Welcome back to Extraordinary Critic. And today, we're going to be talking about a movie that's important to us. I got my boy Jacoby Smith with me again today, my co-host.
Yo,
What's going on, my
yo,
boy? What's going on,
going
my
on?
boy?
What's good?
And today we're going to be talking about The Birth of a Nation that came out in 2016. Not the freaking 1915 movie. We're talking about the 2016 biopic of Nat Turner. Like I said, this is based on a true story. This is about the rebellion that took place in 1831. Well, if you know, okay, let's get into it. So, this was written and directed by Nat Parker, who is
Nate,
I
Nate,
don't
Nate,
know.
Nate, Nate,
Oh, Nate. I'm sorry,
Nate.
Nate. I don't know where he is now. He's somewhere, but last thing I heard about him is he got accused of raping somebody in college. So
Yeah, he did.
yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't do it, but the way he went about it was stupid.
yeah. At that time, he was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
He was in a lot of stuff at the time. Red Tails,
he
Beyond
was.
the Lights. He was in a lot of stuff.
He did.
And with this movie, huh?
He did Skin 2019.
Okay, I never heard of that. But yeah. So he was in a lot of stuff at the time. I want to see what he did, stuff he's in. You're right, his name is Nick Parker. I don't know why that. Yeah.
I thought it was
Oh, the Great Debaters. Yep. American Skin. I heard that before.
American Skin.
Yeah, yeah. I said Skin. It's crazy. Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff. I don't know what he's doing now. He probably doing stuff that I never heard of
He
today's
got.
time.
He need to do more. He need to do more.
I mean, yeah, it's up to him, bro. He probably won't retire. He probably won't like Hollywood. Let me look up the budget of this movie because I can see this being a very low budget movie.
Me too.
Oh, 8.5. That's low.
Yeah, that's low for a
That's
slave.
low.
God,
That's low. Um,
but any movie for real.
in today's time, that's very low. But say back in the 90s, that's mid. Or 80, that's mid because time period and stuff. Um, what was Harriet's budget? Okay. All right, let's get into it. All right. So, Jacoby, how do you feel about this movie?
Man, it's a good. It's one of my. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. It's not just as far as slave movies go, but just as far as movies go. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites. It's inspiring. It's it could be well, it was a tearjerker. I watched it too many times now. It was a tearjerker. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's real touchy. And I don't know. I honestly got to say um I don't like too much of the backlash that the movie receives. Not as far as like well no, I just
What was the backlash?
well with like people it got backlash for like it not being like not why I want to say biblically accurate, not biblically accurate, but historically accurate, not completely historically accurate.
That's me. That
But
was that was my point. That was gonna be
but
my point.
it's just like no biopic is going to be 100% accurate.
Yeah, but okay, continue because we're gonna get into this. Go ahead. I want you to finish your point.
And it's just I feel like with how the movie like delivered, it should have like performed a lot well. I feel like it should have received like if it received its praise, but I feel like it should have received a lot more praise. Um, I feel like it was done well. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he did what he had to do with his directing and the acting. He delivered with the leading role. Yeah, I feel like it's yeah, it's important to me. It's important for me.
Okay. Okay.
It made me look
I
more
respect
it
it.
made me look more into my it made me want to learn more and just look more into
I would say that this story by itself is interesting enough. Um, I would say that our history is very, very important. And this story right here is very important in American history. It's been talked about in American history. Now, I don't know if they're teaching this in today's school. I do know that I learned this when I was in fifth grade by my history teacher because our unit was slavery. I don't know if you remember units, but we had units when I was in school. That's like it's like different. It's like the semester quarters and different semesters you learn throughout the
Went to school in the 80s, bro. That's
What, nigga? I'm
that's,
only 4 years older than you. What are you talking about?
I ain't never heard of Eunice, my boy.
Because you slow. Anyway, so yeah, so I learned this when I was in fifth grade. I knew about Nat Turner, and we had books about him in the library when I was in school. I had to throughout the week. So I watched this movie on I don't know when I texted you. I think it was a Monday when I texted you, Monday or Sunday. But I saw this movie because I had to refresh my mind. I wanted to do this movie this week because first I wanted to do something else, but since we had that debate last week, I feel like this debate and this topic is very important for our community. And since this movie was on HBO Max and I had it rented, I was like, let me watch it, and I watched it, and
No, it was on Max. I was just watching.
it's on Max.
I was
It's on
watching it
Max.
on the website.
Nah, it's on Max. I saw it on Max, and I'm like, okay, let me watch it. And my opinion of this movie is that I think that this movie is decent. I don't think it's all that special. I don't think it's something that I was emotionally invested in. Maybe because I've seen so many slave movies. I think a movie like 12 Years a Slave to me was a more tearjerker and more emotional than this movie. Um, One, I'm not trying to compare the two, but I think that this movie is not as powerful as 12 Years a Slave. I don't think that the performances hit the same as 12 Years a Slave. Like 12 Years a Slave have a lot of powerful performances that made me like invested into the story. Compared to this, the acting is good, but it's not out of this world, in my opinion. I feel like this movie is slow paced, and I don't mind that. That don't make it a bad movie. And it's very slow paced. It's very quiet. It's not loud. It's a very quiet movie. It's a very quiet performance, and the color grading it was very interesting. The color grading in this movie is blue, and I think what Nat Parker was trying to show is how how slavery is just such a cold, dark world. So I get why he did that, but I don't think. But to me, if I watch this movie, it's nothing out of this world for me because I watched it when I was 16, 15 or 16 at the time when it came out, and it was pretty much forgettable. And
So
I had to rewatch it again to refresh my memory because it's been so long since I've seen the movie. And refreshing my memory this week, I still have the same feeling. And I do have a lot of criticism with this movie, how historically inaccurate this movie really is. Because I don't know. Go ahead, because
So when did 12 Years a Slave come out?
2013.
2013. Did you go to the movies to go see that?
No, we saw that. No, my dad got that movie. I don't know. My dad got that movie. Black people I get movies and stuff. Yeah, he got the movie. Yeah, and we watched it on TV. Yeah.
So how old were you?
I was 14.
14. Okay, so how many slave movies are there?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Like how many?
The biggest one is Roots.
How many? Okay, so we got Roots, we got 12 Years Slave.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not into slave movies like that. I know about the history, so there's no point for me to watch slave movies. And Django don't count as a slave movie. I'm sorry. That's not a slave movie. I mean, it's about slave. Okay, let me take it back. It's in the time period.
There you go.
But come on, man, it's a fantasy movie. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's something for us to like. Yeah, no. These two movies and other projects are about slaves. You know what I'm saying? Django is like with Inglorious Bastards. It's a fantasy about a certain time period in American history that is fun to watch because it's something that you wish, huh?
Satire?
Yeah.
So,
Something like that, yeah.
Even like Inglourious Bastards too?
Yeah, like Adolf Hitler killed himself. He didn't die in the movie theater and got shot up. That's not accurate. But we all know that though. But we love it because we wish it could happen that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But
I ain't gonna lie. This okay, I'm gonna
please don't compare Django.
No. I was saying this movie might, but I'll probably make the point later about like satire. But I was bringing up like the times like with the movies because I feel like the times might have like impacted like how the movies impacted us. Because I seen this movie. When did it come out? It came out 2016. So
it came out 2016.
I was like 11 or 12 when this movie came out. I was 12. It came out right around my birthday, after my birthday. I think I seen it around Christmas. And I feel like that's why it had the effect it did on me. When I saw Birth of It, when I saw this, I was like, I was going into like my teenage years. When we're 12 Years a Slave, we watched that shit, a bootleg. I was like, I know about slavery, but it's just like this is another slave. It was another slave movie to me. But rewatching it, it's definitely impacted me for sure. But I just feel like
12 Years Slave is a more powerful movie than this movie. I feel like what 12 Years Slave did was it really explained the world of slavery. It really showed you the day-to-day life of a slave and how brutal it was. And this does too, don't get me wrong. But I feel like this one was kind of forced. Because it had to show you this so you could feel what Nat Turner did was right. And I think that, to me, that's a criticism of mine because I'm coming in and I'm expecting the slaves to be tortured, raped, whatever, because that was the history. But when it came to 12 Years a Slave, like I said, I'm not trying to compare it to them, but you kind of have to, is because 12 Years a Slave, what it did was, it's like, that was the everyday life. That was it. And it was a system where he was drugged and forced into, and you see how they lived and how the thought process. So okay.
But wait. I want to speak on that because with this movie, I don't want to say like, okay, I will admit some of it like is forced with like some of like the slave like scenes, but I feel it wasn't. I don't think it was just to show you that, but it had to show it. Low-key had to show you like.
And I understand that.
It had to show you like what he's seen because
I understand that, and I expect that in the movie. I expect that, and I understand that. And think by now, I do feel like that the acting in 12 Years Slave was way better than this movie.
You do?
I feel like with this movie, it's a reason why Black comedians will have a parody of a movie like this because they talking like this and master. It's like it could be somewhat comical a little bit. And 12 Years a Slave, they did talk like that, but it was better acted and more subtle and more natural. But yeah, so you said before that this movie faced a lot of criticism based on how inaccurate, historically inaccurate it was.
Yes.
And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. And the reason why is because you said in the beginning of the movie, when the credits pops up, you put it on there based on a true story. So when you're talking about a true story, everything's not going to be factually right because actually, to be honest, it's especially in this time period, we don't know that all that happened.
Right.
But based off of resources, first resources, third resource, like all that stuff, we know, we gather a lot of information to know what actually happened. And I feel like, do not cut me off. Let me speak my piece. I just feel like he gonna get pissed. I just feel like how he presented this movie was to make Nat Turner more of a heroic character than what actually took place in reality. In my opinion,
I do too.
In the movie, at the end, and I really didn't like the ending like that. I feel like I said, this movie just seems forced. It's a decent movie, but I feel like it seemed forced. In the ending, spoilers everybody. We know we do spoilers, so everybody should be surprised. In the ending, they may seem like he turned himself in so they could stop killing slaves. Because in the movie, his wife was like, they're not gonna stop killing us until you turn yourself in. They're doing this to get information to find where you are. And he turned himself in, and they mobbed him, of course, in the middle of a white town. He walked up and he whooped his ass, and he got tried and he got hung from the thing, execution in front of everybody. That's not what happened in the real story. In the real story, this man was in a cave. He built himself a little cave, and he was living there for a little while. And two slaves and a dog accidentally ran up to the cave and saw him from afar and went back. And when he got detected, he had to move to a different area so he won't get captured. So he was hiding in some bushes near a farm, and a farmer caught him and made him surrender himself. And when he got tried, and during his days in jail, he made a confession to his lawyer, and he wrote it down, all that stuff, to explain everything that he did. He got tried, convicted, and found guilty, and was hung from a big ass tree. If you see a picture of that tree is huge. I feel like that.
I'm low key reading the confessional. I will, but the confessional is fiction. The confessional is fiction.
I haven't read the confession. I can't see that paper.
I'm reading it. I'm reading it right now. I just found out it was fiction today. But
how do you know it's fiction? How you know it's fiction?
It's
he
said
that he was.
No, because one, but they never gonna release. They would never release that shit. And two, it's like
Well, the lawyer read it. He read the confession to everybody.
So no. That nigga never existed. The people existed, but like that shit never they never took down like his
he never wrote it down.
No, it's like the author pulled from sources and stuff like that. He won a Nobel Prize from it.
But he did make a confession though. I don't know if he wrote it down.
I'm pretty sure he made a confession.
He told his lawyer everything. I can't be slaves had lawyers. Dang. Yeah, so he got hung from a big ass tree.
I seen that tree though.
That tree is huge. I was like, God dang. That tree was huge. Then they skinned him, cut off his head, and put on a stick.
Turn that nigga into wax grease.
Yeah, but they not gonna show that in the movie. And another thing I don't like about this movie, I get it, you don't want to paint him in a certain light, but if he did these things, show it. Don't. Oh, and another thing that was inaccurate. In the movie, it may seem like he was with his master, which pretty much he grew up with.
Yeah, but
in real life, he was traded like 3 times. He was sold 3 times.
Yeah, multiple masters.
Yeah, he had multiple masters. But the last master was Joseph Travis.
Joseph Travis? It wasn't putting him more?
So he got sold for the 3rd time, right?
Okay.
The last master that he had before he went on a rebellion was Joseph Travis. Okay. And during when he got sold for the last time, he was sick of it. He recruited some people, like 7 people. They broke into the armory and gathered everything because they knew where it was and killed Travis and his whole family. And then they marched up to different houses in the area and started killing people. So yeah, in the movie, it may seem like he was with his master since he was a kid. No, he got traded and sold like 3-4 times, and he had this thought process for a long time. But the last time he got sold to Jophus Travis, he was like, "All right, enough's enough. I'm ready to kill the motherfuckers." And come to find out, his mother. I don't know if they showed this in the movie, but his mother planted that rebellion hatred since he was a boy. She'd been telling him that something needs to be done, something, you know what I'm saying? And he grew up and the first master he had when he grew up, when he was a child, his master's sons taught him how to read and write.
Yeah.
And the reason why they did that so he can get into religion and spread the good word to
I don't think they did it so he could get into religion.
No, I don't think. I'll take it back. Yeah, I don't think so too. I think they just taught him how to read and write. I told him how to read and write. Yeah. And like a lot more information. Like those are the main information that in the movie is really accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he did it like this. It's better if you do it this way. Because I said, to me, the story is interesting by itself enough. It's already interesting enough how it came about. Now, a matter of opinion, if you think he did the right thing or not, that's a different conversation. But I do think that Nate Parker was trying to paint him as a hero and trying to really like make us sympathize with Nat Turner. Like, I don't know if all that shit, like, I don't know if the nanny dying really flipped him off. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
So, okay.
Because in the movie, it may seem like everything was building up. Like the wife getting beat up really badly, seeing the slaves getting brutally fed or something like that, and the Nana dying.
His teeth out.
Yeah, and the Nana dying, him getting whipped for baptizing a white man. In the movie, it may seem like all the things were building up for him to go to rebellion. So I don't know if that happened in real life or not. I doubt it did though.
So like a lot of it. So like. The movie got a lot right while twisting a lot of shit. So yes, a lot is like inaccurate and like, but I want to say okay. So now we got to talk about cinema, and now we got to talk about Black heroes. We got to talk about cinema, and we got to talk about Black heroes. So I understand. I understand twisting a true story, but you gotta consider the story's been twisted for years, and the story's been twisted even while the nigga was getting on. Well, while Nat Turner, the real Nat Turner, was on trial, and it's like. Yeah, you want to tell the real story, but then it's like a lot of people don't even want to accept the truth. So like a lot of things like they had to show you like the differences between like the treatments with Nat Turner's plantation and the other plantations she was going to, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so it's like and the thing is Nat Turner really did he really did claim for his master to be a kind master. Now, if the public was to hear that in today's time, now and if they were to put that into a movie,
because what I did this week, I asked my peers, my friends and stuff, and I was asking them, "Do you think Nat Turner's a hero?" And you got some yes, but I did have a friend of mine was saying some people consider him an Uncle Tom, and you saying that, I was like, oh. That makes sense why he said that this week. I was like, okay, some people consider him Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom okay, but now you got to think about this. Uncle Tom was a hero.
I don't know. In the black community, Uncle Tom is
Tom was
bad.
a
That's a
hero.
bad. That's a bad
Saying,
term.
okay, but is that what they meant?
No,
Is that what they meant? Him being
no,
like,
that's not what they were saying when they
what
called.
they were saying him? They were calling
They
him.
saying what you just said. How Nat Turner was doing, like kissing his ass and stuff.
Okay, no. Oh, okay, so like I ain't. Oh, we ain't okay, but like no. But like I wouldn't even want to say he was like kissing his ass though.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I just feel like he
Yeah,
did what he had to do to survive.
yeah.
But he also was saying this too,
He was
how
getting paid for
the
it
preaching,
anyway.
like how the preaching thing, kind of like
Well, it's like I mean, but it's just like what else? I mean, but it's like what you gonna do? Because it's like I mean, he's a preacher.
he's a preacher, but he had to preach what the masters told him to preach, and
Yeah,
that's really fucked up. It's
and I
like
don't but I don't and like
serve your masters, you
with the
get to
movie
heaven.
and what the movie, yeah, that shit was crazy. And with him like even like putting like praise into putting praise into them and just like having like where they had that shouting moment. I feel like I could see him even doing that too, and just I see that just like he was bro was born to be I feel like this nigga was really born to be a revolutionary because it's just
I mean, like I said, his mother planted that. What I read from the
like
sources that his mother planted that in him, so he was raised on leading
his mother
something. Yeah, his mother at a very yeah, because
before he left.
yeah. So I asked people, was he a hero? And there was people who said what you said last week, and then you had the person who said at the time, and I hear with all, and then I got people who said he's not a hero. One of my family members, but I hear what you guys are saying, and I do understand, and I do agree what he stood for, and the treatment that, and plus, getting treated like a piece of meat and property and stuff, and raping on women and stuff. I get all of that, and to me personally, if he would never went after women and children, and just went after the men who the patrollers, I will have a different opinion about him. I feel like he kind of went too far with the women and children.
We're gonna get into that part. Yeah. We're gonna get into that. I gotta finish this point. It's like people say they want the truth, but people really don't want the truth. You see? So Nat Turner.
And you know what? I'm kind of glad that he didn't put that in the movie.
Yeah, so like
because that'd be a little bit too much.
Yeah, so like Nat Turner never confessed to killing one person. It was his master's daughter with a fence post.
Damn.
Jeez. Yeah. It wasn't his master. It wasn't his master. He killed the nigga with a fence post, but it wasn't.
Because I'm pretty sure that his followers did most of the damage.
Most definitely.
Yeah, they did most of the damage. They were just following his orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I don't like about the movie. Okay. So in the movie, they got caught up. And they had a fight. It turns out a little boy. And it's crazy because the Nat Turner's best friend on right hand, played by that famous actor. I forgot his name. His name Colman or something.
He hard though.
Colman Domingo. Yeah, he's a big actor now, but but at the time he probably wasn't all that. But the character was like, the little boy don't need to be here. And Nat Turner like invite him in anyway. He said because David and Goliath. He was like, man, okay, all right. Yeah. And it turned out the best friend was right because the boy snitched on him. Mm-hmm. But then at the end, he started crying when he saw Nat Turner get hanged.
Just think about it. Okay, so think about it.
You snitched. I'm not supposed to feel inspired by you.
And then he that nigga fought.
And he joined the Civil War.
Yeah, but like think about this. Think about the plantation he was on. Like them niggas wasn't getting fed. Them niggas was getting punished. Like them niggas was getting beat down. And then that was the plantation that in the movie. That was a plantation that Nat went to and told them to like submit. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying though, like, but don't try.
and like, he a young nigga, and he a young nigga, so it's like it's already implanted in his mind. But it's just like I feel what you're saying though.
No, man, F you, man. You a snitch. No, don't try to make me feel something. He joined the Civil War. Like, nigga, you the reason why we got caught
up. He is a snitch though. He got up in them streets. He got up in that murky shit. He got up in that murky shit. You right.
He sitting there covering his ear. And they shoot. You next to that white man. F you, man. You gonna ride out with us, man.
That shit was crazy.
Man, that's another thing I like about it. Like, don't make me feel something for this little kid. He the one that snitched. Now, if it been better, then this is how I wrote it. If he escaped, if he ran off, that would have been better than him snitching.
Oh no.
If he escaped,
the movie had to show you. The movie had to show you like the impact. The movie had to show you like the impact of like that's what we was
talking last time. You still could have the impact, but I'm not gonna feel something about the little boy being inspired. He the one that snitched.
It's all he knew though. But then he seen what happened to that nigga.
It's all they knew, and they didn't do all that. They knew about the place, and they said,
they were grown though. They were grown though. He was a little kid.
He's like 13, 14 years old. He old enough to understand what they were doing.
He's still a kid. He's a slave child.
I get it if you're traumatized by getting that man head cut off, but to run and snitch, I know. I'm sorry.
Better, bro. He ain't know that. He probably ran back. He probably ran back.
He ran back.
He probably ain't have nothing. He probably ain't had nothing to say.
He said, "Hey, those niggas that away.
Niggas, they coming.
No, he was like, hey,
you know what could have happened?
No. F that little boy. I don't feel nothing. Freaking snitched.
Niggas said, fuck them kids.
No, I don't know. F that little boy. That man snitched. No, I know. Don't make me try to feel something for this little nigga. He the one that told.
But getting to my point, the movie had to show you. The movie had the hyper, the movie had the hyper heroism for a reason. Like it's just.
But I'm saying though, if he would have escaped during the battle, ran off something,
where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go?
Somewhere.
He wasn't gonna get nowhere.
And to be fair, another criticism, he was being killed also. After all that happened, he was being killed. So that little boy being alive don't really make no sense. Because they didn't care about anything.
Thanks.
So it don't matter if you snitched.
I ain't gonna lie.
He got killed also.
No, because I don't see. Damn, you gonna make me pick from one of my favorite movies, but I don't know. Because where did he get hung at?
Who?
They was in Southampton. He was from Southampton, but he had to travel to that.
But they marched to Jerusalem.
Where's Jerusalem at?
That's Virginia.
Was that plantation still in Virginia though? That the little boy was from though.
Yeah, that's all that's close to there. Yes, all that close to there.
Because they was traveling.
They were marching. That's not.
I'm talking about like when he was preaching. They was traveling. So I'm thinking,
there were different plantations. It's yeah.
But
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It was in the same area. They because they all told you if they went to. First of all, they ain't traveling that far to preach to different. No, it was all of it's close areas and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, F that kid. Don't make me feel something about this little boy. F that little boy.
But isn't it?
God, talking about jerking a tear and him going to the Civil War. I said, I hope this nigga die.
Okay, can I ask you a question though?
What's up?
So like, I don't see it. So I can't. You gotta give me an example. Okay, what's a movie? What's a biopic movie? They don't got no Christopher Columbus movie, do they?
Yeah, it's a very old movie, but it's not. I don't think so. It is a movie about Native Americans and they took over their land. It's a story. It's a book that turned to a movie about a girl and her tribe getting like massacred and demolished by Christopher Columbus people. Okay. I do remember that the little boy got blown up by the cannon and stuff and came over there and they trusted him, but yeah, it wasn't directly about him. It was about her and what she went through.
Honest.
No, not Pocahontas. That's a different story. This is something totally different.
But okay, but like okay with this okay, but I wonder we're gonna use the story of Christopher Columbus because he has a holiday.
Crazy, right?
The story of Christopher Columbus and the story of and the story of Nat Turner.
Mm-hmm. But they're totally different, though.
Yeah, but like people remember when people were considering Christopher Columbus a hero.
A hero. That's white people.
And you got to think about it, if people did know about Nat Turner back then, they would probably he probably wasn't seen as a hero.
But I can understand why Nat Turner did what he did. I don't agree with it, but I understand. Christopher Columbus was traveling and taking land.
Not the purpose, yeah, because fuck Christopher Columbus. I'm talking.
Okay. So I'm
talking about like the stories. Like I'm saying, like okay, but like say like there was like a movie with like Christopher Columbus. We probably wouldn't, and we
probably pay him as a hero.
Yeah, but I'm saying we wouldn't fuck with that.
But you know what? But I think that's why they want to make it, because no matter how much you try to make him a hero, he did what he did. He took that land from Native Americans. You from Europe, bro.
And like if they were, and you like what you said, they would try it if they were.
Yeah, they would try so hard to make him a hero, but no matter how much you try to make him a hero, it's still messed up what he did.
Right.
And that's probably why they'll never make.
Now saying that with this movie, can't you say you can like appreciate what he was trying to what he was doing with the heroism?
No, my thing last week, what I was trying to tell you,
hyper heroism.
Oh,
like that's what I feel like. I feel like that's what he was doing.
Who?
I feel like Nate Parker. I feel like that's what he was doing. Like
no, I told you that he was trying to make the character so heroic that he twisted some things
you don't
around.
Like the way that he did it. Are you saying you don't like the way that he did it?
Did what?
Like, are you saying you don't like the way that he twisted it? Are you saying you don't like?
I don't like how he twisted it, because that's not what happened. If you say inspired, now inspired by a true story, it's gonna be some true events, but everything's not accurate. You said based.
He got a lot right though.
He got a lot wrong.
He got a lot right. He got a lot right though. He got a
lot wrong.
But Nat Turner did see some blood in like the corn. Almost like as if the corn was like just made.
No, we're not. But nobody's denying that. It's just how you're telling the story. You're making it seem like he turned himself in to stop the flood course. Huh?
It's like he did it in a good way though. I feel like he did it in a justifiable way.
I get it, but that's not what happened, man. And that's why I feel like he shouldn't have made this movie about Nat Turner, because that's not what happened.
I feel like
I'm sorry. And that's why I was trying to tell you last week. In my opinion, he didn't have that much of a positive impact on our people, especially at that time, as much as he did as other heroes that I look up to. I'm sorry, but he did, in my personal opinion. Now, if you saying he's your hero because he put hope in slaves, that's you.
Remember when I called you? Remember when I called you after the debate? So look, you don't. So okay. Do you or do you not look up the not Christopher Columbus? Fuck.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Okay, Frederick Douglass looked up.
But I don't look up
to Frederick Douglass. Nat Turner.
Yeah, but Nat Turner would be disappointed in Frederick Douglass anyway.
So I mean, but shit.
But if Nat Turner was alive, he'll say, "Don't claim me, nigga. Don't claim me."
Shit.
No, don't claim me, man. Don't speak my name. If Nat Turner was alive and met Frederick Douglass, he was like, yes.
He was older though.
It don't matter.
He was older. Bro.
No, it don't matter. You lost your mind. Don't ever claim me, man.
Come on now.
Come on, don't claim me, man.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying
but listen, because I said, I heard you out last week. I thought about what you said. I asked other peers of mine. And a lot of them agree with you. I'm saying, me personally, I get that if he installed hope, great. That's not all what's a hero to me. That's not a hero to my hero criteria is different from all y'all's. If y'all say he stood on business, he killed the people who did him wrong, cool. But the impact is what makes a hero to me.
Brandon, we living in it.
Huh?
We living in the impact.
You know other heroes too, right?
Brandon,
other heroes
everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. And you know what? Somebody made a point to me this last night. The other heroes wasn't perfect. And I get all that. And
my thing is, other heroes, some heroes and some things wouldn't happen and wouldn't exist without this. Like, this is like, bro.
I get all that. I get all that. Well, except for Dr. King, because he looked up to Gandhi, but
he was fighting.
Huh?
He was fighting too. Shit.
No, Gandhi was about peace.
Gandhi was a soldier, nigga.
But he believed in peace. That's why he got the philosophy from. Soldier. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Still fought.
Not like how Nat Turner did. He's about peace, brother.
Nat Turner, bro. Nat Turner. It's
hey, listen, if he's a hero to you, he's a hero to you. But my heroes are people who had a positive a positive impact, a positive outcome in the end of what they did.
But that's not fair.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
You said a positive outcome meaning like their outcome?
Yeah.
Nigga, yes. What?
Yes.
But so you don't consider Dr. King and Malcolm X both got killed.
No. Not about them, not their outcome, our outcome. Of course the heroes are gonna die. They're sacrificed their lives. Of course they're gonna die.
But look at us, Brandon.
Yeah, look at us. Look at us.
Look at us. With that.
He probably had a finger in it.
Oh, nigga, a body. His body.
I don't think so.
His body.
Hey man, I want to ask you a question. Why you don't think Nat Turner really don't get talked about that much by us?
Because we don't know. Because niggas don't know.
People know about him. People know about him. No. Young people don't know about these niggas. The young people don't know about Nat Turner.
And you see how they're already trying to take away a lot of this from the not criteria, from the
curriculum. Yeah,
you see how they're trying to pull you, nigga. Books are like illegal now. Like some things can't be taught. But
we still gonna find out about it. We got the internet. We're gonna find about it either way. That's not
the sources though, nigga. We got AI now. We got AI. That shit is bad. Like, nigga, I seen a video yesterday.
The people I asked are in their 20s.
Of a curbside talking. I thought them was some real niggas, real audio.
But I'm saying, I just don't believe he had a positive outcome for our people. What he did. Because you may say slavery was bad at the time and it wasn't getting no better. But he made it worse. It was laws that was passed after rebellion that made their lives worse. And you may say the rebellion was coming, but they already had a rebellion years ago, 1811.
You can also say shit was already bad.
But it got worse. And it got worse. Like the reason why I looked this up. The reason why they said it couldn't, that the reading and writing come into effect for slaves was because after rebellion, because they feared that if slaves learned.
It wasn't after rebellion.
Yes, it was. Looked it up. I looked it up. I'm telling you, look it up. I'm telling you.
Rebellion.
Yes, there were laws passed after rebellion, and that was one of the laws. They couldn't learn how to read and write. Because you got to think about it. This happened in 1831.
Yeah.
So yeah,
slavery been going on since the 1600s.
But in America, though,
1600s.
bro, the Revolutionary War didn't happen to the 1700s.
Slavery has been going on since the 1600s.
Actually, the slavery been going on since biblical times, but
It's been going on since-
but in North America, after the Revolutionary War and stuff.
Slaves.
Oh shit!
Read more. Right. Fast. Anti-literacy laws prohibited slave people from learning how to read and write past in southern slaves between 1740 and 1834.
Let me look this up because I know what I saw.
1840 and 1834.
Well, pass up the net 200 billion. Okay.
But in Virginia, April 7th, 1831.
Okay, so we're talking about
That's when in Virginia literacy ban enacted.
Yes.
And
they restricted religion from them, increased patrols, and then slaves that were free were getting murdered. They were legally free, were getting murdered.
But hey, but Pete, this though, that shit was passed down, but that shit was in April. But his rebellion didn't happen until August, bro.
Bro, it's not gonna happen like that. It's gonna take some time. They will debate.
I'm saying,
they're not gonna happen like that. It's gonna take some time to get a law passed.
Bro, no. Literacy ban, yeah. That shit was enacted in April.
Yeah, bro.
Happened in August.
It's gonna take some time. Like laws don't get passed down that easily.
I'm just saying, man.
What are you talking about? It's not gonna pass. It don't work like that.
I'm just saying you can't
put democracy. You don't have voting.
You can't put so much of that, but you can't put so much of that on him. You can't put so much of that on him.
I'm sorry, but I have to because he did it. It didn't happen until after rebellion, and you can't say they wasn't coming because they had that's not even like the biggest rebellion that ever happened in America in North America was slaves. It was 1811 when they killed a lot more people. So this been going on.
Who did that?
I got the name of it, but it happened in 1811. They considered the biggest rebellion in America, but Nat Turner is more known. See,
what in Germany, nigga?
Huh?
Germany?
Louisiana slave revolt. Yeah.
Property of Orleans.
Mm-hmm. 55 enslaved people. Yeah.
I gotta read into this.
Yeah. See, it's been going on. Then you got think. Then you also got to think about. But also you got.
We got almost starved. We got slaves like.
But then you got to think. You got to think about the ship situation where they push all the owners, the people who shipping them, pushed them off the ship, and fought them and killed them. You got to think about that too. They were shipping to America. So this been going on.
But I'm saying what's so like you gonna say like that wasn't bad what they did?
They ain't say anything about.
They say that wasn't bad,
but they ain't say anything about women and children. They ain't say anything about that.
What?
They ain't say anything about that.
Hey, bro, come on now.
I'm just saying.
Come on now.
I'm saying it's sad we don't know about this. We should know about this.
We should know about all of this shit.
But we should know about this. We know about Nat Turner, but we don't know about this. 500 slaves were involved in this.
This was in
1811.
Something happened in 1804 too. They were led by Charles.
I also do remember about the ship rebellion when they fought the slaves or the white people who were shipping them.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah, you know. So, yeah.
God. Like, what happened though? Obviously, these niggas got.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, listen.
Uh,
I'm not gonna argue a debate with you about this because it if that's a hero in your eyes, then I can't like argue with that. But that's not that it has to be more to me, honestly. It has to be more to me. That's why to me, Harriet Tubman is my hero because she actually frees she did things better than what Nat Turner did. And I'm just sorry he did. Now, were people killed along the process of the Underground Railroad? Of course, for sure. But she freed a lot more slaves than he got people killed.
just gotta think about what people had, resources, purposes,
Bro, come on, man. She's a slave. She escaped on her own and came back. Sacrificed her life to get people
purposes,
out.
purposes, and resources.
Man, he had resources, man. He could, bro. He he look how much he did at a short amount of time, and how much he gathered at a short amount of time. Don't talk to me about resources because he gathered resources like that because he was smart like that. So
I'm talking about like resources like as far as like resources like as far as resources as far as like how better like to go like just like resources like when I say like resources I mean like she had the resources to like know where to go. He didn't know where to go.
he could have found out like she did. It wasn't overnight. She had to figure that shit out for a while. And then once she did, she came up with a plan and freed
Next thing,
slaves.
purpose. I'm gonna put emphasis on that purpose, bro.
I get it. I get it. But I get it. But her purpose to me is more impactful to me than Nat Turner's did. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It says an estimate she freed around like I don't know, like 700. I don't know.
Hey
I
man,
know, I know 70. I know 70 family members and friends she freed at first.
hey bro, she was look. Hey, however you want to look at it, she was stealing property. You're comparing a heist to a rebellion.
I still agree. I still agree with her tactics more than his. To be honest,
Doing two different things.
I just agree with her better. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's
Man,
flawless. It's just I agree with her better. She actually freed them. She actually got them to the north.
I'm not even trying to pin the two between against.
No, I mean but listen, if you feel like Nat Turner's was I don't know what you're trying
I
to say.
don't feel like it makes him any less of a hero at all.
Okay, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. I get it. I get what he stood for. I understand the anger, the frustration, but there's ways of going about it. I'm just being honest.
We need to have a civil talk with these niggas.
I'm just saying. Just being honest. There's ways going about
Public
it.
service announcement.
And me personally, you killing women and children is not going to make anything better. You going around massacring people is not going to make anything better. If anything, they're going to like it. Just like the results just wasn't. It just wasn't good after what he did. I'm sorry, his records on there saying it,
We was already in a cruel world, baby.
but it got worse. Do you know what worse means, Jacoby?
First don't mean shit. Whether you get stabbed in the gut or shot in the gut, nigga, you're wounded.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. But anyway, you're missing my point. My point is that he made things worse for slaves.
You're trying to say eye for an eye wasn't the way to go, But
At that time, no, it was not.
man, there was something had to be said. It's about the statement
Something
that he was trying to make.
like I said, if he went after the patrol people, the white man on the horse, fine. But come on, slaying women and children, you're come on, man. You're making the situation worse.
It was doing that already though.
Huh?
It was doing it already though.
Who was doing that?
White people.
Okay, okay. And I told this, I talked to my coworker about this too last night. I want y'all to really think about this. I really want y'all to think about this. Okay, think about this.
Yeah,
they were bought and sold.
Yeah.
So the owners who were buying them were spending quite an amount of money on these slaves.
Yeah.
The only time they might have killed them was through punishment.
No, nigga.
Jacoby, think about it.
No.
Think about it.
You gotta think.
No. Think about it. No, think about it, Jacoby. If I bought something, I'm not gonna sit there, kill off, and waste my money.
You got to think about what he was reading. You got to think about the Bible. You got to think about the stories that he was being told.
I get all that. You got to get all that.
You got to think. You got to think about You got to think. You got to think about
I get all that.
You got to think about conquerors. You got to think about what happened for them.
I get it. I know all that. I know what he read.
Okay, so nigga, some killing is gonna happen with the youth involved.
I don't agree with it. I don't.
Okay.
I don't agree with it. I feel like it made it worse.
Something had to be told. Something had to be said.
He said, "All right."
Yeah,
they said something to his ass, and a lot more slaves too. That had nothing to do with this, and free slaves added on to that.
Right. Niggas was killing free. Yeah, niggas was already killing free slaves. You think because they was mad, it makes it worse,
bro.
Because they was mad and scared.
It's on record that a lot more slaves were killed. A lot more. That's why I said worse.
Yes, bro, it happened.
Worse.
Happened.
It worse. I didn't say it went bad after rebellion. No, I said it got worse. You're missing that part.
No, it didn't get worse.
Okay.
No, it didn't get worse.
It's right there on record. It's resources saying they got worse.
They were freed 30 years later. I don't know how it was. I don't know how it was worse.
All right, you be a slave for 30 years.
You be a slave for 30 years.
I can't do it. That's why I said it didn't change anything.
I can't do it either, nigga. So I'm gonna fight.
Fight.
Okay, nigga. I'd rather die than be. I'd rather die. And
I'd rather die too. But listen, I'd rather die trying to escape and go after my freedom than slave.
But Brandon, think about it. If you get caught, you're gonna die or you're gonna get whipped.
I said that.
You going back to where you came from.
I'll keep going till I die. I'm gonna keep going, and that's what slaves did. They kept going. They kept going,
bro. Sometimes you gotta fight.
I just don't agree with the slaying women and children part. I just don't. It didn't solve anything. It just made it worse. I just don't agree with it.
Now I can say the children was a stretch.
Women was a stretch.
I ain't friendly like just nah.
Women was a stretch.
No.
Go after them. If you want the patrols,
women were fucking slaves too, especially the gay women.
I don't know anything about that, but I get it. But yeah,
on record,
I don't care. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I just don't agree with it. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. I just don't agree with his actions. I agree what he stood for. I get what he's fighting for, but how he went about it, I just don't agree with it. Now, it doesn't make him a villain. I don't go that far, but I won't go that far. But I don't think he's a hero. But he led a rebellion, and that's all there is to it. It happened. I just don't agree with his actions. I feel like he could did a different way, in my opinion.
He killed that nigga daughter.
I don't know. Hey.
And then it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at that, y'all. I'm not laughing at that at all. I'm not. TSO.
It happened.
It happened.
It happened. I get his frustration. I get it. The anger. Like I said, raping our women, whipping us, torturing us, forcing
Killing
us to work.
with no pay.
That's the point of slave.
Pay. No pay.
Point of slave.
Niggas get chicken tender.
Just being property to y'all. I get it. I get it. You
Death.
know, but sometimes, certain situations like that, you can't fight fire with fire in that situation.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes there ain't nothing else to fight with.
Yeah, like I said, if you fought the men, the patrollers, all of that, okay, all right.
Gotta go though,
But
bro.
women, but
think about it. If they leave,
think about this.
Think about they going for families. If they leave the women and children alive, they going to run back. They're going to run back and say something. They're going to tell somebody. The white people wasn't snitching. It's slaves snitching.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?
So it's like, bro.
But the minds already messed up.
Gotta go. Niggas gotta go. I'm sorry.
No.
Hey, bro.
Did they kill the house?
You shouldn't have married a slave master. Shouldn't have had a slave master baby.
I was trying to say, did they? I wonder if they attack house niggas too for keep them snitching.
I wouldn't be surprised. Shit.
Shut up. Oh no. Or they probably house niggas like.
And you know the butler is the butler is
the movie
dude from Do the Right Thing.
Who?
The butler, the house nigga. In this movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He's a famous actor. Yeah, he old in this movie.
And he was in Dope too.
He's in a lot of stuff. He's a very famous actor. Well, not famous, but he's in. What's his name?
You see, and I was watching the movie today. I ain't even peep how he like switched up with his talking. Like he was like, hey, massa. And then like when he was talking to them niggas.
He had to. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I feel like he was.
He's a good actor though.
Yeah.
I like him. Oh yeah, I first saw him All About the Benjamins. That's when I first saw that big head nigga.
He was All About he was.
Yeah, that's when I first saw him. And I started seeing other stuff. I was like, damn. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, he old now. He's 69. He look good though for his age.
Fight in that movie.
Yeah, he's in. I remember him fighting. He was in American Gangster. What did he play?
Right, white nigga.
He was in American Gangster. I don't remember him in that movie.
You see a lot of actors in these movies like together. Like it's like a lot of actors in the same movies together.
Nate. He played Nate in American Gangster. Who was he?
You gotta look up images.
I love that movie anyway. We gotta talk about American Gangster too. Yes, we might talk about that next week, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. We might talk about American Gangster. That's a gangster movie. That's a gangster movie. But anyway, huh?
What you gonna do? Shoot me right here, nigga?
I'm like, you know what? Okay. I like how in that movie, because it's a movie trope where like when dude like, you gonna shoot me and they don't shoot. I like how in the movie he actually shot that dude. Cause like, bro, I have a gun in your head. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you talking shit right now? Like, I could end your life, like right now.
You know what? I think I will shoot you today.
But yeah, and then also, my friend, she brought up Malcolm X and how she would try to compare Malcolm X and Nat Turner. Mm-hmm. But I feel like their philosophy are different. They're both. I agree with Malcolm X more because he's all about self-defense to the oppressor. Mostly he was talking about the cops, honestly, because in New York, down south, white dudes robes. Up north, white dudes badges. Just there's any moment when you walk out that door, a cop could pull over and say, get in the car and beat you to death and drop you off the side of the road. So Malcolm X was really talking about law enforcement. That you were like, hey, fight these niggas, And he also was probably talking about racism, period. He didn't agree with Dr. King and stuff, but yeah, Malcolm X said go slay women and children. He said no, knock the niggas out that come after you. And my coworker was like, well, what if a 50-year-old boy came and hit you? Listen, if he old enough to swing, he old enough to get knocked the fuck out. I'm just being
I
real.
know.
I'm being real.
I know.
Yeah, me, he old enough. I think a big 50-year-old too. So hey, I'm
He
not
was
letting
getting
this swing
slammed.
on me.
He was getting slammed.
Y'all know I'm not letting this 50-year-old boy just
Body
come in
slam.
my face now.
He-
Yeah, and white people, you got some big white boys too. So I'm not letting I'm at the meeting. But yeah. So overall, I think it's a decent movie. To me, I don't think this
And with
movie.
Malcolm X in that turn, you gotta think about them coming from two different civilizations too. One is in a lot more humane civilization.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point too. But she was saying like, well, what about Malcolm X? And do you agree? I agree with Malcolm X. Like I said before, if you just left the women and children out of it and just fought the patrollers and fought your way to freedom, I'll have a different opinion about it. But the fact that you did that, you and your people were undisciplined. You were undisciplined, got caught up, hid for months, and
What if they
huh?
were fighting for freedom though? Like
Huh?
what if they knew they were gonna die?
Hey,
They knew they were gonna die. It's a rebellion. Like what if it's just like this shit?
but a rebellion,
Like this shit.
they were supposed to fight for something.
Yeah, this shit needs to stop.
Yeah, yeah, but I just feel like
Shit needs to stop.
I
Like,
no, I in the
some people
movie, okay, and one thing in the
just
movie,
gotta.
I in the movie I did like they were honest about what exactly they wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. And
Yeah,
they just want plan on revenge.
yeah, man.
They just want
What was
plan
I?
on revenge.
What was I finna say? What was I just finna say?
I like that.
Like I mean, yeah, like they had to.
They didn't say, "Oh, I'm fighting for freedom." No, they said, "I want revenge. I want to kill these motherfuckers. They
Yeah,
got to go." I like how one scene they went up to the cabin, and once they like, "Can I do this on my own?" and that turns to, "Yeah, go ahead." He got in there, took his, he had axe, right? Yeah, axe,
X.
and dude ran out naked. Oh, he had onesie on something.
It has the tidy whities.
And he
Yeah,
came and he sit there and he beat him up and chopped his head off. That little boy said, "Hey, so we decapitate people." I thought we just like stop them moving on. He saw the head fell off. He was like, "Oh hell no! I got to get these niggas are crazy. I got to go." Then the little boy go. The little boy snitched on y'all.
yeah.
I said, "Wait a minute." So none of y'all
I said this has
heard.
got to
Wait a
stop.
minute. So nobody heard the horse galloping away. Nobody heard that.
That's Damn. He took a
Nobody.
horse. He took a horse.
On a horse. All the horses. I said, wait a minute. So nobody heard him galloping, running away. You hear none of that.
They probably was all gathered. They probably like that was probably the last. That probably was the last nigga on that. No, that nigga did scurry off because
He disappeared.
Were they on that same plantation or did they go to his plantation afterwards?
It seemed like in the same area, honestly.
I'm trying to think.
So what happened was in the montage.
Oh yeah, that was different. It was different plantations. It was different.
Yeah, they were going to different plantations.
Yeah,
but they all
like,
they're,
scurried
they're
off.
all like kind of like not close, but they're a good distance.
They got close up when they got to Master's cabin. But they
they
probably was all scurried off.
Yeah. But then when they were trying to look for the boy,
no boy,
that light skinned dude got shot in the face. I said, "Oh, I knew that was gonna happen." I said, "He's wide open too. He's wide open. He got big ass head too. He just wide open." Hey, he was over that, turned his shoulder like this. I was like, that boy got a big ass forehead. He is wide open for a shot and got hit too. I was like, whoa! I knew that was coming. That nigga got shot, boy. But yeah, overall, overall, huh?
Nat Turner, I just feel like he was his purpose. He wanted to put the pain in perspective.
And you know what?
I think he was trying to put the pain in perspective.
And I get all that, but in my opinion, I just feel like we're better than that. I just feel like we're better than that. And it's not always going to be. It's not always the solution to stoop down their level, because like just because they're monsters doesn't mean we have to. We don't have to. We have to be monsters. Like even though Malcolm X said, "Hey, self-defense," he also is preaching about how we as black people are better and they fear us. And that's why they act the act. But if we gotta be we only going to act if they come after us. And I feel like Nat Turner, he stood for something, but that's why I don't think he's a hero because one, to me, he made things worse for slaves around that time. And two, you killing women and children, it's not going to make anything better. You're stooping down to their level. They're monsters. They're evil. You don't have to stoop down their level. That's why I agree more Harriet Tubman style. It's like, listen, we can't go toe to toe with them. They got more power, more resources. Let's just escape. And us escaping is going to hurt them in their pockets because the masters, the slave owners, were business people. They were rich. They're losing out their money. And who's going to pick all these damn cotton in this big ass field if all the slaves gone? That's what I'm saying. It's other ways of doing things than just violence. I get it. You're angry. You're pissed off. They did us so dirty. You know what I'm saying? We're tired. I get all that. But there's ways of doing things. And I feel like his way wasn't the right way. This is my personal opinion. It's not the right way. You killing women and children, what does that solve? And honestly, you're making them look at us more like monsters than they already do. We're black and dark and brown. They already pictured us as monsters.
I feel like he had to put it in perspective.
And I get all that.
Yeah, I feel like this. I feel like this.
I get all that. But there's ways of doing things.
I feel like all of this definitely added a layer onto that. But
yeah, but I'm saying, like I said, if you went at the patrollers, the white men on the horses who really get their hands dirty doing shit, then okay, that's fine. Because they really deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And who knows how the children will grow up to be more likely grew up to be racist. Or some did. Some disagree. But a lot more, grew up and raised like that. But it doesn't solve anything, man. It doesn't solve anything. And even though things are better for us, and we have all this that they didn't have, and I'm grateful for that. Racism is always going to be in this world. As long as hatred and violence and evil is on this earth, racism is going to be on this earth. It's never going away.
I think it just takes certain things, and it might take like certain drastic measures for like shit to be talked about. And I feel
and that's why I feel like this discussion needs to. And I feel like why this discussion about if Nat Turner's a hero or not needs to be talked about.
I think.
You don't think it needs to be talked about?
I don't think it needs to be talked about.
Why?
I don't think it needs to be talked. Well, amongst the black community, maybe.
No, I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about in our community. Yeah, I'm talking about our community. I don't want to hear a damn thing a white person got to say about Nat Turner. I'm just being honest. I'm talking about in our community, it needs to be talked about. Because he don't get talked about like that. He don't get talked about that. And it's crazy. I asked like two people at one close friend of mine, and she didn't know. This girl is about to be 30.
And I feel like that's why I'm grateful for this movie too. I saw this. That's what I'm saying.
But also, like I'm saying though, if a person who don't know who Nat Turner is and look at this movie and ran with it, they're gonna get their facts wrong.
But they're never gonna do that. They're never gonna do that. This movie.
How you know?
I feel like well, I don't because
you don't know. People are different because everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
But it's just
they're not like you and me. They're not like you and me.
Yeah.
Or regional people who sit there and watch the movie and have you so engaged that you just pull out your phone like, let me look this shit up as the movie is playing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, wow, that really happened. And then they talk about shit. They're like, oh. And then you got people who really know about the history said, no, that's not how it happened. It's like, no, that's what the movie. That's the movie, brother.
But
that's not factual.
But for the people that are like us and do look up like stuff like this, I feel like this movie does help them appreciate like his story more because when they find out like when they find out, because like when I mean like the cool stuff. I mean like the cool stuff, like with him baptizing a white man for real, and like him seeing hieroglyphics on leaves and stuff, and like
Yeah,
shit.
because those movies are powerful. Another movie that I can compare this to. I haven't seen this movie, but I can see the similarities.
I'm saying that happened in real life though. Him seeing hieroglyphics on leaves and shit. And
no, I'm not saying that. That's true. But I'm saying another movie that I can compare this to. I haven't seen this movie, but I compare this to is the Will Smith slave movie that came out.
I've seen that too. You can compare it to.
Yeah, I can compare it to the color grading. It looks slow like this movie, huh?
God, I think the color grading, the way that shit like a Zack Snyder movie, bro.
Yeah, but it got bad reviews though. I don't know how the movie turned out to be
because of biblical accuracy. But I think
it looks.
I don't like how they do slave movies like that. Like how did Napoleon do? I'm pretty sure that shit wasn't.
No, it was bad too. That was a bad movie. People didn't like that movie.
Didn't like Napoleon?
No, they did not like that movie. For real? No, they got bad reviews. Because when the trailer came out for Napoleon, it was gonna be up there with Oppenheimer.
This shit got a 58.
Yeah, they did not get good reviews. People did not like that movie. One, they said they made Napoleon a crybaby, and his wife did him dirty while he was on the battlefield. She was cheating on him with different dudes.
Movie?
Yeah.
It happened in real life?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I know he was short, and he was a great general.
Yeah, this movie came and went. This shit went in 2023. I thought it was 2024.
2023. Because it was supposed to be up there with Oppenheimer, Kills the Flower Moon. It was supposed to be that drama.
Barbie beat this movie?
Yeah, people love Barbie. People did not like Napoleon.
This is a Ridley Scott movie, though.
Naomi can make a bad movie.
I ain't seen no bad Ridley Scott.
I don't know. It probably looks great. It probably has some great effects. It's probably gory. It's probably all that stuff. But the story and the acting are probably not up there. You think of like Joaquin Phoenix, and then you think of, man, Oscars. Nope.
No, just because Napoleon, this Ridley Scott, because of Ridley Scott and this Napoleon.
Hey man. Yeah, you can't make everything got gladiator, brother.
I guess.
But yeah, so we're closing this out. I think it was a good discussion. I felt
you know what movie you should make, bro?
I'm not making a slave movie.
You should.
I'm not making a slave movie. I don't.
Hey,
I don't.
You know what movie you should have?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Kobe. I don't like slave movies like that. And that's the reason why 12 Years a Slave is such a special movie for me to sit there and watch it and not only enjoy it but get emotional and have so many powerful performances, bro. Even that guy Riddler, the Riddler dude from Batman, who was really racist in that movie, like I fuck with his performance. I have your flesh and I'll have all of it. Like when he whipped that dude, I was like, yeah.
We should make a slave movie.
I'm not
we should make a slave movie.
Brother, I'm not making a fucking slave movie.
Bro, we should make a slave movie. Bro, come on, we should make a slave. It could be satire.
No.
We can make a slave movie.
First of all, I ain't got the budget for that. You gotta get horses.
I'm talking about down the line. Bro, we should make a slave movie about a nigga that
I can see your slave movie. Your slave movie, your man carry one kung fu and have like catch a free.
No. I'm glad you mentioned that though. But we should make a slave movie. We should make a slave movie about a nigga that makes fun of slavery in modern times, but then gets taken back in slavery.
Nah, that's the Keke Palmer movie.
What movie is that?
It's some movie. It's
no, not you talking about that Janelle Monáe movie, I got
it mixed up.
Movie. That was some bullshit.
I don't know.
I'm talking about.
We shall see.
But
guys, I'm a filmmaker. He's an actor. That's why we're talking like making movies. So yeah. But we'll talk about it later. But anyway, this was a decent.
I wanted to. You brought up ninjas and shit. And
I got to close the show out at some point, bro. It's like
I got you. But I will say, with the black community, we shouldn't like, we probably really shouldn't maybe like glorify our heroes in like a fictional sense. And it's like, well, we like with this movie, like I feel like this movie really was meant to like strike like awareness and make people do research, but it was perceived a little different. But with like you know that Boondocks episode with Catch a
that's
Freak.
my favorite episode, man.
So
That's my favorite episode.
you see how his story is like told like in so many like different like ways, like, and then like
Well, yeah, because it's different versions, but like Granddad Roberts was made up, and Uncle Ruckus was coonery, and then you had the real story what really happened.
Yep. And
then
you got Riley at the end trying to.
He about a Hummer in the story. No, but those three stories. You know something I analyze about that episode is that all of their episodes, I mean, all their stories were pretty much kind of the same. Not in the sense of like, well, Roberts and Riley's reading the website, they were pretty much similar. Robert actually added a Django with a swordplay character, and not to mention that his real great grandfather was the house nigga. It was the son of the slave master. That's why he's so damn light skinned.
Yeah.
It was passed down generation.
And
but yeah, I love the episode, man. But that's what made Boondocks such a powerful show. It's comedy, it's funny, but it does talk about the black community and how stuff
speaks to us. It checks us. It really checks.
Yeah, and it checks us and talks about certain things.
Clocks our shit.
Really with Thug Nipsey, like the Thug Nipsey episode with him coming to the neighborhood and how all the white people love him, but the old man don't like him. And
I never understood that episode though.
Huh?
I never understood why Granddad didn't fuck with him.
Because they're trying to say how our own people bring us down. We don't like the uppity Negroes don't like people from the hood. You know what I'm saying? It'd be your own people who will do you dirty, will call the cops on you, and you making too much noise and stuff like that. And then you see how white people love him, and they're like, "Oh, I guess a rapper is pretty cool." And then you got the old black man who supposed to be your people saying, "I don't want them niggas here.
Go get some of this money, nigga."
Yeah,
go get some of this money, nigga.
You gotta look at the deeper messages in some of these episodes, especially season 1, who had a lot of that in those episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that episode is really about how your own people don't want you here. It be on, and J. Cole discussed this in For Your Eyes Only. The neighbors think I'm selling dope. It be your own people who be doing you dirty. You know what I'm saying? So,
damn, his neighbors was black.
Yeah, I think he said that. Yeah, I think he said no. It's a long time ago, but yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope it was a great. You guys enjoyed the discussion. Please let us know what you think about this movie and that turn on stuff. Leave the comments down below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, thank you for really liking the tier list video. It's really doing well. Right now, it's got 65 views as of right now. That's pretty big for my channel, our channel right now. We are going to do more tier lists. At the moment, we're thinking about doing Tyler Perry's, John Singleton's. We might do actors tier list. Right now,
Friday ripoffs too. Don't forget that one.
Who?
Friday ripoffs.
Next one we're gonna do black biopics. That's our next one. So stay tuned for that. We don't know when it's gonna happen. It may be next week or week after, but we're gonna do black biopics tier list. So yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please stay safe. Be dangerous, Be aware of your surroundings. And I'll see y'all guys soon. Peace.